health care. Why you need to retire early. This is one of the most common questions I get when I'm talking to people about retiring early. Do I taste good? It's what do you do about health care? And so, hey, don't eat me. That's why a lot of people think because of health care, I can't retire early. So they don't. This video is going to be broken up into basically two parts. One part is going to be based on opinion. And the other part is going to be based on facts. So if you'd like to wait for the facts, that comes in the second half of this video, which I'm going to make sure is a short video. I do my long videos every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. I guess I don't taste good. And those live streams generally last as long as the questions do. So if you want your questions on financial freedom, making work optional, even if you're not in a good financial position, that's specifically who I'm looking for. I'll see you on Tuesday so I can answer your questions. In this live stream, I'm just going to be chewed on a cow, and I'm going to tell you that because of healthcare, you should retire early. All right, you've had enough of me. That's Bella the cow. I am at my brother's property, helping him tile a shower because I'm retarded. And it's actually kind of fun. Thanks, Frank, for giving me a new skill that I haven't learned yet, but I'm going to practice on my brother's stuff. Here's the opinion on healthcare and why you should retire early. We had hundreds of thousands of years with no alarm clock. And now you've had one. We've had it for what, a couple hundred years? Have we evolved to the point where you're ready for that physical shock of waking up to an alarm clock? What's that doing to your health? I don't think you understand the amount of stress that you are under at your job. Even if you love it, you have a schedule. You have expectations. You have coworkers, customers, regulations, an employer, a boss. There is a mountain of stress on your head, even if you love your job. That is killing you. Imagine the people who don't love their job and what that's doing for them. I see you. That's the opinion. I loved my job, and I didn't realize how much stress I was under until I retired in 2022. And most of my friends said, you look about 10 years younger, like my friend Matt, the lumberjack landlord, who retired and now looks at least a decade younger. And full of energy. Because we don't have that alarm clock waking us up. We actually wake up when we feel like my brother did this morning for some stupid reason, because it's nice and early. Can't even make noise till 8 o'clock, so why are we awake? But here we are, with Bella the cow. That's the opinion. Here's the fact. A lot of people say, because of healthcare, I can't retire. Let's think that through. What is healthcare? Before you retire, generally you work for an employer. Your employer pays most of your premium. You have a deductible. You opt into medical that covers eye care. You opt into medical that covers dental. You are going to be paying the deductible. And if your healthcare expenses goes beyond what your insurance will cover, that's going to land on you. It's not like your employer is going to say, oh, hey, here's another $100,000 because your healthcare bill was big. So people go, I need to work so I can have this healthcare. The only difference between your healthcare now and your healthcare when you retire early is that you're going to cover the premium. It's an expense. So the mentality that most people have that I'm hoping to open your mind to right now during this video. Have you looked into Medicare? We have this childish notion that at a certain age, healthcare becomes affordable or free. Google it. Why did I sound like Coggins all of a sudden? Google it. What does Medicare have? Eye care? No. Hearing aids? No. Dental? No. Premium? Yes. Deductible? Yes. Holy crap, it's healthcare. How about that? You waited till you're 65 because you never opened Google to realize that Medicare is healthcare. It has everything that a healthcare policy has, except now you're paying a premium. And it's a lower premium, but you're 65. What's going on with your healthcare at that age? Because of all those years you worked with an alarm clock and all those years you worked with the stress of the job that you thought you loved, or you didn't. One of the reasons I think we should retire early is because we can remove the stress of work. We can remove that alarm clock, and we can wake up with that chicken, if you heard it. I should visit my brother more often. Usually comes to me because I live on the water. He's got a man-made lake he did down there. I'm sure it was legal with permits. You don't know where I'm at. But if you're waiting, you're going to have this shock that I know some people that I know they're in their 60s have this shock when healthcare kicks in of the expense. And now it is also related to your income. So if you retire absolutely dead broke and you have very little money, yes, your healthcare premiums are lower with Medicare, but they're still premiums. You still have a deductible. You still don't get dental. You still don't get eye care. You still don't get hearing aids, which you might need at that point in time. Should I talk louder? It was a joke from my brother. And who wants to retire broke? You're planning on it? Now, if you have a good annual income because you're doing withdrawals from maxed out retirement accounts, your premiums are even going to be more with Medicare. So here's 2 ways that I've solved the healthcare issue. 1, I asked my brother if he had healthcare, and he said, I don't need it. I just stay healthy. Well, that's the point of retiring early. You actually control your health. You have the time to exercise, the time to go out and play with Cal at 6 o'clock in the morning to get this video done so that Zoomer can do his 1 rental at a time daily update. I have an asset for every expense. There's 3 main ways that I know of to reach financial freedom. There's a 4th that's emerging. But the first one is to start and grow a business with the idea of growing it to where it's large enough so that somebody else runs the day-to-day so you have your time freedom back. That business is probably going to provide healthcare. The second way is to invest in stocks and use the 4% rule, which was studied in the Trinity test. Basically giving you years worth of retirement if you invest enough into stocks to where that 4% of your net worth as an investor in stocks can be withdrawn every year, and the appreciation of your stocks is enough to cover the taxes and enough to cover inflation in most years. And the third way was real estate. I chose that because it appreciates with inflation. You actually benefit from inflation. It took a lot less invested. I invested $320,000 over 10 years, which produced a little over now $240,000 a year in profit for me to figure out how to spend. Part of that spend is on healthcare. And here's the benefit to the real estate part. Because of levered depreciation and write-offs, I'm carrying forward a loss on my tax returns. Who is running a chainsaw at 6 o'clock in the morning? That would have been me if I thought I could get away with it. So I get, because of the ACA, basically free healthcare. I get it all back at the end of the year because I don't have an income based on my income source being rental properties. Then the emerging one is crypto, and I'm a bit long in the tooth to understand how that works, and we'll see where that goes. And for those people investing in crypto, good luck. Let me know how it goes. Healthcare should not be the limiting factor that stops you from retiring. It should be the motivating factor that tells you to retire. This is one of the most common questions I get, and I wanted to answer it in a standalone video because I have talked about this in my longer videos, which come out on Tuesday, and I understand that a lot of people aren't going to click on a 2-hour video. But here's your 8 or 9-minute video, which I'm going to stop here in a second because I want to make it short enough for people to click on to learn that don't let the reason you should retire early be the thing that stops you from retiring early. Until my next video, stay healthy.